All right, welcome one and all to the Off the Rails Sports Podcast. I am your host, John, and if you could hit that like and subscribe button, it means a lot to us. And let's just get into it today. It's Saturday. We're going to recap Friday. Kind of a slow day. NHL's over, NBA's over, the draft's over. I mean, it's like we got to search for stories, but we love you, so we're going to find them. Let's start out with the NHL draft happened on Friday night, and I could really care less. I'm not even going to get into Scheffler was number one. I don't know. I mean, do you remember, I think it was 3 years ago, Bedard was going to be the next big thing. He was going to be the next McDavid, he was going to be the next Eichel. He was going to be the next Lemieux, the next, please. The guy's doing DoorDash on the weekends. Come on, man. These guys, I don't know. I don't have any affiliation with them. I don't watch NCAA hockey. I don't know. I don't watch the junior leagues in Canada, so I don't know who's good. Some scout tells me he's good. Hey, man, cool for you. I will tell you this. I was in Vegas last year when the draft was going on. I was thinking about getting tickets. Goddamn, tickets were like $250 for the draft. Hello? For the NHL draft. They were like $250. Oh my God. You better get a big bonus on the contract to be able to afford your family to come and see you get drafted. That's all I can say. All right, let's go to the NBA real quick. We're still living in the aftermath of Cooper Flagg being the number one pick. I still look on the sites, and the fans are still calling for the firing of Nico Harrison, and they should. That guy's an idiot on an idiot. I don't care if you got Cooper Flagg. We'll see if he's Luka Doncic. I have my doubts. I know I'm the only human being in the world who does. I think he's going to be a very solid pro. I think he's going to have a 10, 12-year career. Is he going to be Larry Bird? Is he going to be Luka Doncic? No, I don't think so. But you know what? I've been wrong plenty before. And, there's a lot of podcasters, a lot of people in the sports world who really don't know. Yeah, the guy's got all the tools. At 17, he was playing against our Olympic team. He was playing against, KD and LeBron, Shea. I mean, he was playing against some monsters. Oh, he wasn't playing against Shea. He was on Canada. Sorry. Hey, don't hate me because I'm beautiful, okay? Well, the T-Wolves signed a big part of their team. They signed Naz Reid, 5 years, $125 million. Honestly, it was a really good move. I kind of been worried about the Minnesota ownership since A-Rod took over. Glenn Taylor sold it, and then he kind of didn't want to. He's done that little game before. And, A-Rod got the team. I kind of thought he was going to go cheap, get the alligator arms. When A-Rod wants a contract, I want as big as possible. When A-Rod's got to pay out the contract, not so much. Just saying. And if being a Red Sox fan, I hate that guy. So let's get that out of the way right now. Hey, are you taking PEDs as an owner? How's J-Lo? All right. Don't hate me for what I just said. Don't hate me. Brian, who is the smartest guy I know on sports, on baseball, thinks he should be in the Hall of Fame. Brian, what am I going to do with you? I'd hate him even more if I hadn't, broken into his car in San Francisco and got that suitcase or that briefcase worth $500,000 in jewels. All right. Ace Bailey, the number 5 pick in the draft, who was trying to get to a team on the East Coast, but was drafted by Utah. And I was reminded of a story that Jason Tatum did not want to go to the Celtics at 3. He wanted to go to Phoenix at 4, and Danny Ainge just basically said, sorry, man, we're taking you. And that's exactly what happened here. Ainge's kid is running the organization. We don't know, what Ainge is doing. He's probably playing golf at, LA Country Club or Riviera or wherever he is. And I didn't know, and I apologize to anybody who's listened. I thought they only had the rights for a year like the NFL. They own the rights. Rachel Nichols on a podcast said that they own the rights for 7 years. You want to change the balance of power, and unions typically do not negotiate that well with ownership, okay? Because ownership does it every day. They are so good. I think the NFL union should all go away because of the collusion thing, but that's another thing for another day. At the end of the day, the first thing the NBA should do, the union, is you only own the rights for 1 year. Because with NIL money, now people have leverage. Forget this, hey, I got drafted, I got to go spend my career there. Can you imagine, honestly, what kind of leverage Cooper Flagg would actually have if he said, I'm not going to go to Dallas. I'll just sit it out. I'll go back in the draft next year. Ooh, boy, oh boy. Where do you want to go, Cooper? I'll give you a list of 3 teams. Make the best deal. If you're Cooper Flagg, do you want to play for Nico Harrison? Really? That incompetent son of a bitch? Not me. Let's go to Major League Baseball real quick. Ketel Marte, second baseman for the Arizona Diamondbacks, broke down the other day in Chicago from some heckling by a fan. He did reveal to a Spanish journalist that the gentleman said, "Hey, Ketel, I texted your mom last night." Unfortunately, Ketel's mom died in a car accident in 2017 in the Dominican Republic, and obviously, like most people, they're close to their mom, and it really hit Ketel pretty hard. Major League Baseball has banned this individual. Personally, they need to release this guy's name. That's what you do. You can do whatever you want. You want to go to games, that's fine. Let's get his name out there. Instead of these athletes getting bomb threats, their family threatened because they had a bad start, go ahead. Let's put it on the fan. Let's release it out there. Just put a statement out, MLB. Let's see what it is, right? Yeah. I keep thinking about the Houston Astros pitcher. Name escapes me. He was getting death threats after a second start this year because he gave up 7 runs. Obviously gambling. Gamblers, not him. And they threatened his wife and kids. Like, wow, man. The guy's coming back after Tommy John surgery, after major reconstructive surgery. He's having a couple bad starts trying to get his way back into baseball. Hey, this just in. Nobody gives a shit about your 14 parlay. This guy's trying to maintain his career and his livelihood. He's got a little more incentive. You go to a sports book in Vegas. Everybody there thinks their bet's the only bet that matters. You know what? I got to break the news to you. And this is the best thing that can happen. You talk about the huge exorbitant salaries that these players make. That is what keeps them from corrupting the game. Because if somebody's making $50 million, they're not going to throw a game for $500,000. It's stupid. Doesn't make any sense. Refs, that's another game. That's another thing. Tim Donaghy, whatever. I think that guy was a lot more corrupt than, David Stern wanted to admit, or Adam Silver. They just wanted that all to go away because that's their worst nightmare. And trust me, it is still going on somewhere. I don't know where. We've all seen games where stuff seems weird. Is it in the NFL? Is it in the NHL? I don't know. But, humans are humans. And even though a ref makes $200,000 a year, they're susceptible. They got nose problems too, right? They got money problems. Tim Donaghy, they got to him. All right, let's get to Major League Baseball for the night. Pirates beat the Mets 9-1. Keller gets your win. He is a stellar 2-10. Jesus. Paul Skeens must look up and down the pitching roster and go, God, what am I doing here? Yankees beat the Athletics 3-0. Seems like Warren got a win. I really don't understand how the Yankees are doing it. I look at their roster and I look at the Red Sox roster. Just don't get it. Orioles, they got the 2-point conversion on the last touchdown to win 22-8. Hey, Orioles, it's a per game. It's not the accumulation during the entire season. Twins beat the Tigers 4-1. Padres lost to the Reds 8-1. 3 home runs by the rookie Stearns in this game. Had a no-hitter going for a while. The Padres are 44-37. Jeez. Reds 43-39. They are playing some good baseball. Francona has really got this team humming. He really does. Cardinals beat the Guardians 5-0. And I'm going to say Sonny Gray has been just spectacular. He's 8-2 with a 3.3 ERA. Guy's just been really, really stellar. The Cardinals are 45-38, 7 games over 500. If I would have told you who's going to have the better record at the All-Star or in the midway point, the Cardinals, the Red Sox, the Braves, the Diamondbacks, nobody's taking the Cardinals. Nobody. Not even Joe Buck. Blue Jays continue the assault on the Red Sox. They beat them 9-0. Yeah. How's that Devers trade working out? Working out just fantastic. Barrios got the win. I did tell you, Bello got the loss. I like Bello. I really do. He's 3-3 with a 3.4 ERA, but at the end of the day, you got to score some runs. Hey, Devers, can you come back? Phillies beat the Braves 13-0. Walker gets your win. The Giants win 3-1 over the White Sox. Yeah. Can I start rooting for the Giants? The Mariners in 12 beat the Rangers 7-6. And the Astros beat the Cubs. Astros are playing some really great baseball. Brian brought that up the other day. They won 7-4. 49-33. I don't think anybody would have had an idea they were going to be 16 games over 500 at the All-Star break. Brewers beat the Rockies because, hey, we've got to get into midseason form there. Quintana gets your win. He's 6-2. Dodgers beat the Royals 5-4. Boy, run line covered there. And the Nationals beat the Angels 15-9. And I'm telling you, I watched that game. It was like a softball slugfest. I'm telling you. Marlins beat the Diamondbacks 9-8. Enrique got the win. 4-1 with 3.0 ERA for the Marlins. All right. That's it, everybody. If you could, hit that like and subscribe button. It means a lot to us. And if you got any comments, leave them in the comment section. All right. We'll see you soon on the Off the Rails Sports Podcast.